Hey guys, I'm Elena Scantlin with ENTV and Pete Hammond, awards columnist for Deadline.com. Now the Oscar award season started in earnest with 3 of the biggest film festivals of the year. Pete, you were at 2 of them.
Yes, I was at Telluride in Colorado over Labor Day weekend, and I was just got back from the Toronto Film Festival, which is huge. It's like 300 films. It's overwhelming. And our Nancy Tartaglione at Deadline was actually in Venice. At the Venice
Deadline has it covered.
We had it covered. We were everywhere. And these festivals are meant to really kickstart the award season, the Oscar season. This has been a weak year so far. The first 8 months, we have not had many movies that we could absolutely say are going to be Best Picture nominees. So we're looking to these festivals to provide the real front runners early in the game here as the season begins, and they did.
What'd you see?
Well, I saw Argo, Ben Affleck's Argo, in Telluride first, and then it played Toronto. And that is just an extremely well-made thriller. It's based on a true story about the Iranian hostage crisis of 1979 and these 6 people that got out of Iran because they created a fake movie production, and they convinced the Iranian officials that these people were actually working on a movie and that they weren't holed up in the Canadian embassy, which is where they were. Fascinating movie. Ben Affleck is a director's director. He's got a career ahead of him like Clint Eastwood's.
Oh, wow.
He also stars in it. The movie just works on all levels. It was by far the biggest hit in Telluride and the talk of the town in Toronto as well. So I say that's a certain Best Picture. Also coming out of Toronto and Venice as well was The Master, which is Weinstein Company's release, and it's Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman. A thinly disguised story about Scientology, but it's really a twofer, I call it, a twofer. These 2 great actors going against each other. They're extraordinary. And Amy Adams is also very good in a supporting role. So we're going to see many acting nominations come out of that. It's Paul Thomas Anderson, who did Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood. He's and this is a beautifully framed movie. It was shot in 70mm. Not many people do that anymore. They don't use 70mm formats. So even though I think the movie itself may be polarizing, I think it's got a strong shot for a Best Picture nomination, no question, and acting awards, you'll see it all season long. So that's one to look for. Also, out of the Toronto Film Festival was a real audience pleaser called Silver Linings Playbook, starring Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence, and Robert De Niro. All 3 will be nominated for Academy Awards. It's so good. It's from David O. Russell, who 2 years ago did The Fighter. And it's about these 2 broken people kind of coming together and helping each other. De Niro, in a supporting role, hasn't been this good in years.
Really?
Yeah, he's terrific. The movie reminded me a little bit of Moonstruck, but it also reminded me of a movie like Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine in The Apartment. You know, these characters that are flawed and you just love them. And Bradley Cooper, major breakthrough for him, I think.
And we were discussing Jennifer Lawrence may pull out an Oscar nomination for Best Actress.
Yeah, you know, they had cast a bunch of, they had tried to cast a bunch of older actresses in this, but, you know, when she sent in her audition tape.
She's so versatile.
She was brilliant. At 22 years old, pulled this off, and she breaks your heart. You wait till you see this movie. That's another big one. Anna Karenina, also at the Toronto Film Festival, and just opened in London, is the kind of movie the Academy eats up. It's Keira Knightley in the role that Greta Garbo made famous, Leo Tolstoy novel, stunning costumes, production design, cinematography. If that's your thing, Russian tragedy, this movie delivers. And Joe Wright, who directed Keira Knightley in Pride and Prejudice, did a beautiful thing and set it in a theater setting, a really risky kind of thing, and he pulls it off. I mean, if anything, it's guaranteed, I think, to win costumes and production design. That was another one that came out of this group of movies that we just saw, and many more to come. The New York Film Festival is the last of the fall festivals. That's coming up, and that's promising us Ang Lee's The Life of Pi and Robert Zemeckis' Flight, starring Denzel Washington. Those are 2 more to look for. Fall festivals, that's the way to go to get the early tea leaves on the Oscar race.
We're excited to see who gets up for those predictions that you have. That's exciting.
We'll see.
Thanks, Pete. For more on Pete and his column, visit Deadline.com and stay tuned to ENTV for all your entertainment news first.
Hey, I'm Noah Gould and you're watching ENTV. Hey, I'm Rico Rodriguez from Modern Family and you're watching ENTV.
My name's Chris Pratt, and you are watching ENTV.